Welcome back, Cryptonauts, to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I am your host, Jake Jabarelli, and my co-host this evening is Blockchain John. Say hello, John.
Hello, everyone.
Let's go ahead and get started with the top 10 daily stats, as well as the crypto news of the day. Move over there. Let's get a refresh on. Ready with the top 10, of course, in number 1, as almost always and has been since the very beginning, Bitcoin, with a current price of $44,031.85. Now, unfortunately, if you guys have been watching the market, everything's been falling over the last seven days. Bitcoin is down 8.3% at a market cap of $828 billion. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the dragon going down and bumping his head on the floor. In second place, Ethereum at 3,108.25 cents. It's a much larger drop over the last 7 days of 13.6% and a market cap of $365.8 billion. Still not quite half, right? It's what, 17.8%, and Bitcoin is 40% of the market.
Mm-hmm.
In third place, Cardano slipping quite a bit here, about 9.2% to a price of $2.27 and a market cap of $72.6 billion. But right behind it is Tether, even though it's a stable coin, right? At $1, like it always is. A market cap of $69.7 billion. That is really close. It would be really embarrassing, in my opinion, if Cardano fell to a stable coin. It's just Tether, right? Anyways, Binance Coin is in fifth place at 379.83, a 7-day loss of 11.6, and a market cap of 58.7 billion. Ripple XRP is in sixth place at a $1.01, and another fall of almost 10%, double digits. We got 9.6% fall in the last 7 days to 47.2 billion market cap. Solana, which has been doing exceptionally well, although as of late not so well, is in seventh place at 149.26, a fall of roughly 6% to 44.3 billion market cap. Polkadot's in eighth place with 31.72, a fall of double digits, 12.7%, and a market cap of 32.6 billion. And then right behind it is USD coin, another stable coin fighting with a regular coin. It, of course, is still at $1, as it always will be, roughly. And there's no 7-day, roughly. But a 30.2 billion market cap. And it's interesting because USD coin did kind of jump up a bit because Dogecoin fell so far. Dogecoin is currently in 10th place, where USD coin was last time we read this, at 22.5 cents, a fall of 8.9%, and a market cap of pretty much where it was before, 29.5 billion. And the only thing I want to make mention of before I get onto the candies is Avalanche, which is currently in 11th place. I know that's not the top 10, but it is up 30%.
Wow,
And
that's
I would not be
crazy.
surprised if it overtook Doge in the next few days. We'll see.
I don't know.
Please
That's
don't
a
take
lot
this
of money.
as financial advice. We
Yeah,
don't predict the market
this
here.
is all for
We just
entertainment purposes.
Yep, we just have fun with our own stuff. So if you want to bet on it, please, or buy into it, please do your own research. So you can see that it's going up a lot. Okay, let's get over the candies here, John. I think I actually get
Sure.
to collect candies this time, and I'm at 40 at the moment. I know yours is probably different, but be sure to collect your candies because there's lots of rewards and subscriptions, and every now and then an NFT. But it's no longer a direct purchase. You get entered into a pool to win the NFT, unfortunately. So I also want to mention, before we get on to the news, if you're watching this, you're probably already subscribed, and we really appreciate it. But remember, if you haven't, please like and subscribe to help us play the YouTube algorithm and all the other algorithms that we're working with on all the other platforms we're currently on. So, do we want to do that new feature right now, John, or are we going to save that for later?
Yeah, give me a second here. I just saw something on the candies rewards. It looks
Ooh.
like we got something here. All right, looks like we have Engine and CoinGecko have collaborated to give you a sweet treat in NFT
Yeah,
for I think what is it, 1,500 candies. Let's see
not that
what's.
much. I got that much. I'm doing it.
Let me see. Let me double check. I want to make sure that it's not just an
So just a
auction.
option, right?
It looks like it's just. Yeah, it goes onto the
Sure.
engine wallet.
Already got
Oh
it.
man, you got it already? Okay, I'm gonna get it. Yep, I'm getting it. Yeah, there's 8,978 left to redeem.
Yep, I had all over 10,000, so I'll get plenty
Ah,
left.
awesome. So we got that. There it is, and we did it on video. So just to
Yay!
show you that
Yep.
that it's legitimate. So we got an NFT from Engine. So we just need, so the way this works is that now I got to open an Engine wallet, which I have because it's actually browser based and it's very easy to get set up on Engine. And you can connect this NFT into your browser wallet. Amazing, very easy to do. All right, with that said, I wanted to do this new little feature here that we're doing, randomly picking a coin using a random number generator just to discover a new coin. So there's approximately 9,378 coins in CoinGecko. So let's generate a random number, 5,799.
Let's go check that out.
Yeah. How do I even find that?
Try to
5,790?
hashtag or something. We'll see if it does it. Do the number sign before it.
Okay, let's try a number
If
sign.
it finds it that way. Nope, didn't find it that way.
No.
I'm gonna have to search through the list.
Jeez.
Well, this is a new content piece, right? So we'll have to see how it goes. Can you sort by the top? Sort by 1,000, otherwise it could take forever.
It's gonna take forever, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'd probably be best if I go from the end to the beginning.
Remember, this is only the 5,799th coin on CoinGecko's list, not necessarily the total. It's just CoinGecko's list we're using. Oh.
There's a bunch of coins in here that aren't even that don't even have a number attached to it. So that's what's a bummer. 86.
Yeah, there you go. You can find it that way.
Oh man. Yeah, you're right, Jake. We should have had this all set up before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Lesson learned.
unless we were gonna know exactly where we're going, it's really not gonna be that easy to pull it off, rip that bandage off, and find it right off the bat.
What? Lesson learned. I don't look at these. Don't even have numbers to them. 74.
I mean, how do you rank something when it's so many numbers above it? I guess maybe CoinMarketCap could do it, but I haven't been on their site in forever.
Wow, really? Come on.
All right, let's get on to the news because we've got a ton of news, as we always do in the middle of the week. For some reason, there's always a lot of news.
Yeah. I guess this is a bust.
Yeah, for now. Fine. We learned on camera instead of learning.
Okay, fine. All right, let's go ahead.
NBA's John Wall article.
That's a bust. Okay, let's go. First news coming from Andrew Hayward. NBA's John Wall reuses Fortnite art for NFT, and crypto Twitter let him have it. There's already a lot of convergence between the NBA and the NFT industry. NBA Top Shot helped drive NFTs into mainstream earlier this year, and some teams have even have their own NFT projects. But not every high-profile NFT project lands well with collectors, as the NBA player John Wall just discovered. The Houston Rockets player has rapidly embraced the NFTs, tweeting just a week ago that he was hopping into the NFT wave before announcing his own Ethereum-based NFT profile pictures projects on Tuesday, dubbed Baby Ballers. The project's first teaser image shows a cartoonish illustrated baby spinning a ball on its finger and standing against a 3D basketball court. It's right up here at the top. There it is. That's it. There's an earlier hitch or two on, and Wall has received criticism as a result. Mostly glaringly, the initial NFT teaser image was revealed to have repurposed a screenshot from Epic Games' popular video game Fortnite, a social media sleuth quickly discovered. On top of that, the illustration appears to be strongly inspired by the character's design from the Boss Baby Films series. So he's getting a lot of backlash, huh? But guess what? Because he is a name, John Wall is a name, a very popular name, this is going to sell. And it's going to sell for a pretty shiny Ethereum. So, yeah. We'll leave that at that. Actually, let me see this tweet here. Just got booted from the server 2 minutes after joining my personal record. All I did was repost this pic. Someone deleted from general. Yeah. Yeah. Just got reported. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's go to the next news.
Alrighty, so Mike Novogratz, Gary Gensler,
Nice.
wants to be the sheriff of Cryptoville. Great.
Yes.
Galaxy Digital founder and CEO Mike Novogratz famously said of institutional crypto adoption back in 2017 that the herd is coming. In 2021, the herd has indeed arrived, but so has the law. The newly minted Securities and Exchange Commission chairman, Jerry Gensler, did not set foot inside the Messari Mainnet conference in New York this week, but he was nonetheless ubiquitous, conducting an interview with the Washington Post on Tuesday, streamed live at the conference, in which he called cryptocurrencies an asset class that's highly speculative. His remarks added to the cryptocurrency correction on Tuesday. All the people saying things in the news makes people very nervous. On Wednesday morning, a panel at the conference, Novogratz was unequivocal when he asked about Gensler. Gary is smart, and there's absolutely no doubt about it. He's smart. That's such a generic comment. There we go. The billionaire investor and Bitcoin bull said, there's absolutely no doubt about it that he wants to regulate crypto. Clear as could be. He wants to be the sheriff of Cryptoville. Why does that sound so 90s to me? Gensler also used his Post interview on Tuesday to make the case on DC lawmakers that the SEC is the entity best placed to regulate the nascent $2 trillion crypto industries. I forgot to mention that. It actually dropped below $2 trillion today. My bad. The lending protocols that are fueling its growth. It's highly likely that lending platforms have thousands of tokens, and it's highly likely that they have on these platforms securities and investment contracts or notes or others that fit the definition of a security, Gensler said, concluding there's going to be a problem on lending platforms or trading platforms. The SEC has flexed its muscle as of late, alleging pushing Coinbase to drop its Lend product before it could launch. Coinbase had planned to use the project to deliver high-yield returns on specific cryptocurrencies held within the exchange, like Celsius and Blockchain, which run their own high-yield crypto investment accounts, interest accounts, have been hit with cease and desist letters and the other enforcement actions by several state security regulators, including the company's home state of New Jersey. But Novogratz isn't working on crypto lending, at least not yet. His newest focus is to get the U.S. crypto ETF exchange traded fund approved by the SEC, which has yet to approve a single one. Galaxy Digital this week partnered with giant investment management firm Invesco to file a new Bitcoin ETF proposal. ETFs are the holy grail of crypto investing because they trade like stocks and integrate easily into retirement portfolios. This is the thing that everybody's been waiting for. I actually have customers asking for this. Personal for my business. Ubiquity is what's going to allow us to get to the next level, Novogratz said on the panel, because more people leads to increased liquidity and lower volatility. Doesn't he know about DeFi? Come on, dude. That's what DeFi is.
Yep.
Anyways, I get his point. Get what he's saying.
See, what I don't understand
industry is going to fight. We're going to fight.
So for the cryptonauts out there, what happened with Coinbase is that they did end up dropping the Lend product. They did send out a memo to everyone that pre-applied for the Lend product. Coinbase told everyone they're gonna stop continuing forward with their Lend services. And anybody that pre-applied or plans on pre-applying, they closed it out and they're not doing that anymore. Just Coinbase is just fed up with it. It looks like they're going to take a different approach with that. I don't think they're completely done with that. They just are not pursuing it because Gary Gensler and the SEC are not giving clear remarks on how they should organize or how they should go about doing that. They've even spoken to them face to face in public. Everybody saw what happened, and pretty much Gary Gensler went around the loop and just it was BS. It was stupid. The disappointing thing about Gary Gensler is that I vouch for the guy. When he came to be the chairman of the SEC, he was that guy that was already experienced in crypto. He taught courses on blockchain, and crypto. Like to have somebody in that position that has that amount of experience, that knows exactly what crypto is, what decentralization is. That's like, wow, we finally have somebody on our side that's sitting in an amazing chair like the SEC. We can finally start moving forward with crypto well into the future. But he did a 180. Once he got there, he did a 180, and now it's like, in his eyes, there's only two things that he's pretty much approving as a commodity. Two things, two cryptos. That's Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's it. Everything else is a security in his eyes. And that's a big problem for every crypto out there. Anyone else that's holding crypto, you're pretty much, dude, you're screwed. If you're holding security and the SEC gets you, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know.
I don't know yet. I think because the finance industry is fighting back against this perspective. I mean, I get it. The stuff they did in 2018, 2017 is fine. I get because of the speculative nature of a lot of coins, their high volatility, that the U.S. government just wants to ding everybody because they don't want to lose out on their taxes. I understand that perspective, but like I said before, the 2017, 2018 thing says, if you make money, you pay taxes. How is that so weird? But the thing, and this is the thing that irks me more than anything when it comes right down to it, when it comes to investing. Is this perspective that you'll lose your shirt if you don't have enough money to lose. And I don't know how to make that more clear, that it is up to the individual to lose their shirt. Let them do it. Let people make their own mistakes. I get that this is something that came upon us years ago. Was it the crash of 29? The reason that they put in the FDIC functionality in the banks is because they didn't want that to happen again. Well, It hasn't happened since then. We haven't even really had a crash. We've had two major crashes, but I mean, we haven't had a crash where people stormed the banks, because life is a heck of a lot better now than it was then. I mean, I'm not saying it is for everybody, but in general, back then we didn't have poor people who were fat. Didn't happen. So the difference in the way life is so vastly different between 1929 and now. It's almost been 100 years. I don't think we're really facing the same problem. I'm not saying there aren't people who literally spend every single dollar in their bank account. There are. It really blows my mind. But or people who are living paycheck to paycheck, they're definitely those people. But with crypto, it gives you a chance to actually make it big without playing the lottery. I mean, yeah, technically playing the lottery, but it's not the same kind. And the government just doesn't like it when things aren't regulated. So, crypto is literally...
Did you just say that the government doesn't like things that are regulated?
Aren't regulated.
Oh, okay, aren't regulated, yeah.
Crypto literally is a response to the institutions. Mm-hmm. The institutions have bought into crypto because they realize it's a money-making thing.
Yeah.
But it is a response to the way that the federal government and the institutions have been acting, and it's not one to be controlled. It's literally not supposed to be controlled. And yet the government's like, oh, how dare you not do what we want you to do? And I did. You know what? Screw you. We're going to do our own thing. And that's what, for the financial industry, is going, yeah, you know what? It's new, it's different, and you don't have control over it, and we're not going to let you have it.
There's a tweet out there by Jake Chervinsky, and he tweeted exactly these words, verbatim. It's not on the screen, but I'm going to read it to you. He says, the entertainment industry didn't defeat peer-to-peer file sharing by regulation or enforcement. It just offered better services people were willing to pay for. The banking industry won't defeat decentralized money and finance by regulation or enforcement. It will just use crypto. With that said, there's actually a bill on the table right now, or about to go on the table, and it's actually talking about re-envisioning of what the Federal Reserve Bank is going to be. And they're actually already considering transitioning over to digital currency. So basically, paper money is going to be non-existent from what there's like 40 pages long, but these were just synopsis. And one of them that I remember was that they're transitioning from pretty much from fiat to digital currency. What does that mean? I think the reason why we're not getting an ETF, and this is my conspiracy that I believe, why they're not doing that is because the SEC and all these people that have all these infinite amount of money are buying the crypto, and they can't. It has to be OTC. Right now, everything's going OTC. It doesn't influence the market change. When you do OTC, it doesn't touch the market.
Mm-hmm.
Once things are regulated, it's going to have to be reflected onto the market, right? So if there's an ETF, it's going to reflect onto the market. And I think what these folks are trying to do is trying to get as much crypto, as much Bitcoin, as much all these big cryptos, trying to stack these sats as much as they can before they open up the ETF. But by that point, crypto is so highly inflated that the average person won't be able to afford a vast amount of it, right?
Yep. Well,
Which is
there's always going to be new cryptos coming on the market, right?
true.
It's constant. I mean, we're I don't know what the rate is. I'm not sure CoinGecko has a rate, progression rate of how many cryptos are arriving. A lot of cryptos showed up when Dogecoin blew up. A lot of them. That was probably the biggest explosion. But it's like you're going to keep having more cryptos come on. There's just more. I mean, we're at almost 10,000, well, 9,300, right? And because you can literally infinitely copy Bitcoin or any other coin that's come before, there's never going to be a it takes a while to build a coin, but there's never going to be an end to the new coins that come out. I mean, there's probably be plenty of rug pulls too, but it's, as long as coins can be minted, there's going to be more coins made.
Right, but there's nothing more scarce than Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a unique commodity, right? A global commodity. It's
No, you're right.
It's literally, out of all the nations in the world, I believe there's only like a dozen, maybe 13 nations that have a higher GDP than Bitcoin, or in Bitcoin in general. That's amazing to know that there's 100 that Bitcoin has a higher. Well, can you say GDP? Bitcoin GDP?
It's not technically GDP.
It's
you're saying it's
so market
market
cap,
value.
market value than 100 plus nations. That's mind-boggling, dude. That's crazy to think about that. And that's what I keep telling everybody years ago. Like, this, even if it's not Bitcoin, it's other cryptos that are coming onto the market that are going to have a very high value market cap. If you get into it early, you're going to be successful regardless if you have those dips. Just hold on to it, and on the long term, you're going to be okay. In fact, a lot of people that I know are a lot richer just for holding their crypto and doing nothing with it. I'm not saying they're wealthy, but they have a lot more money stacked. Crypto. They have a lot more crypto stacked, which reflects a fiat value to it, right? That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It's kind of a funny thing in general. I've been trying to get off topic here. Right? We've got tons of more articles.
Yeah.
But at the same point, the one big thing that I'll be constantly hearing people say, I'm going to call them crypto muggles. I know I've used that term before, but that they're just like, what is this digital currency thing? It's so weird and different, and it doesn't mean anything. And I was thinking, I know that I get the reason that people look at it that way, and they're just confused by it, and it doesn't make any sense to them. And it's like, the U.S. dollar, even though there is a physical, paper currency tied to it, not been on the gold standard since the 70s for 50 years. We have not been tied to a literal physical thing other than the paper dollars that we print, or the U.S. government prints.
See, but the problem about saying that is that, yes, you know that to be true, but people that aren't tapped into this network don't truly understand that. They're so
what you're saying. That's the point I'm trying to get to. Is it's no different than crypto. It's literally no different. I mean, crypto actually has more functionality than the U.S. dollar does.
That's true.
On just a most basic level, the concept of the U.S. dollar and the concept of crypto is pretty much, as of right now and as of the last 50 years, identical. It has the only reason that the U.S. dollar has value is partially because the U.S. government backs it, and it's one of them, and we are the wealthiest country in the world, but because a lot of people believe in it. A lot of people trust it, and it was made the de facto currency, after the Second World War. So it's not that Bitcoin, because a lot of people believe in it and use it, and obviously it has more functionality than the US dollar does. But the point is, as far as people trusting its value, Bitcoin doesn't have as much trust as US dollar does. But as far as its functionality in that concept of being a coin, it does. And so it's actually almost as ubiquitous as the US dollar. Because when I think about it, in other countries, do people? I mean, they can, but for the most part, do they check the value of Bitcoin versus the euro or the pound or the ruble? I mean, they can, but most people check it versus the value of the dollar, right? So, like it's worth $43,000. Eh, why don't we say it in euros? Because more people trust the dollar, and so it's no different. U.S. dollar, Bitcoin, same kind of thing. But people are just like, well, I know the dollar. It's like, yeah, you also know telephones. But you know what we have now? We have smartphones. And it's basically the same thing? Yeah, it basically is. A lot more functionality, though, just like Bitcoin.
Now, here's the thing that I wanted to chime in on. This is another side tangent. I know we're going on a lot of side tangents, but El Salvador being the first nation adopting crypto, actually institutionalizing crypto as part of as their currency. El Salvador is the first nation to do that. And guess what? There's going to be a lot more nations in the pipeline that are going to adopt that as well once they start to see the economic rise within their nation. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And people are going to see that and just be like, okay, if they're succeeding and this is all they did, then we can do the same thing. A lot of nations are going to do that. Eventually, the United States will adopt it, and it's going to get to the point that is the monetary value of Bitcoin even worth 44,000 or 150,000 or 500,000? If if one Bitcoin is still worth one Bitcoin in the end, one Satoshi is still one Satoshi, regardless, right? There's going to be a transition in the future, in the near future, within our lifetime, that you're going to see. This stuff is happening so quick. It's so crazy. I mean, the Fed's already talking about transition over to digital currency. China's already did that. Well, China's pilot testing that right now, and it's working very well. And there's a lot of other countries right now that are testing out their own CBDC wallets right now. Anyways, let's move on. That was a nice talk, by the way. I like that.
Long tangent, but you got good. Does the Bitcoin Ethereum recover?
Yep. Next article written by Matthew DeSalvo. Bitcoin Ethereum recovers as Evergrande fears subside. Feds talk tapering. Bitcoin and the wider cryptocurrency market today bounced back after a troubling start of the week for investors, aided by the Federal Reserve announcements of good news from Chinese property developer Evergrande. Evergrande? Yeah, Evergrande.
Yep,
Evergrande. The biggest digital asset by market cap was traded at $43,786, a 3.8% 24-hour increase, according to CoinGecko data. Ethereum, the second biggest cryptocurrency by market cap, also made hopeful gains of 5.3% over the last 24 hours. Okay. The wider crypto market followed suit and was largely in the green today. Solana in sixth place. Cryptocurrency by market cap. Okay, we got that. Dogecoin, billionaire.
All this stuff.
Yeah, skip all that. The crypto market was struggling Monday and Tuesday, along with the global equities market, partly due to the concerns over potential global financial fallout related to the Chinese property developer giant Evergrande. The company has $300 billion worth of debt that some analysts says won't be able to pay back. But guess what? I can promise you, and this is my I predict the future. They're going to get bailed out. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's paper money, man. It's monopoly money. Who cares? You know, $300 billion? Oh, not a problem, man. We'll just push that 300. There you go. A couple extra zeros on there. There you go. No worries. The situation has some wondering whether this could amount to Chinese lemon moment, suggesting that the country could be on the verge of a financial crisis on par with one caused by Lehman Brothers collapse in 2008. Today, though, the Shenzhen-based company said it agreed to settle interest payments on a domestic bond. This calmed previous spooked global markets, but we have global equities and China, the world's second largest economy, got to do with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are generally perceived to be speculative and risky assets, and when there is global financial uncertainty, big investors tend to sell riskier assets like cryptocurrencies or certain equities. This is what appears to happen yesterday and Monday, according to some analysts. Meanwhile, as fears over Evergrande apparently subsided, the U.S. Federal Reserve also announced today it would keep benchmark interest rates anchored near zero. It also raised inflation expectations and pushed its timetable for the tapering of the central bank's bond purchase to 2022. There's a lot here.
Yep, there's a lot here, but it's just like almost an elaboration of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
We don't really go into the details of all this functionality, but It's kind of a finance report. So,
Yeah. They're going to get
I
bailed
want to hit
out.
up
Yeah, go ahead.
Andrew Hayward's NBA's Philadelphia 76ers score Crypto.com as jersey sponsor. Less than a week after adding its first esports partner, Fnatic, that's Fnatic, cryptocurrency exchange Crypto.com sports sponsorship spending spree, that's a lot of S's, continues today with the announcement of a deal with the NBA's Philadelphia 76ers. Crypto.com will become the team's official jersey patch partner,
Cool.
and with all 4 variants of the 76ers new jersey featuring the exchange's logo on the left shoulder. And the exchange will be an international marketing partner of the team and can also use the 76ers branding in marketing and advertising efforts. Furthermore, Crypto.com branding will be featured at the team's Wells Fargo Center Arena in Philadelphia on both the baseline apron and the courtside displays. The deal also includes an advertising presence for Crypto.com across the 76ers television broadcast and social media and marketing channels. Good for them. It's great to see a crypto company, getting into this kind of aspect.
Crypto.com has actually been doing that for some time now. If I'm not mistaken, I've actually seen Crypto.com advertisements on the UFC Octagon, and they've been doing that for they've been doing that for a while.
They have Formula One, Ultimate Fighting Championship, and obviously with NBA, Major League Baseball as well, esports teams, TSM, and athletes like Tom Brady and Stephen Curry. So it's not like they know what they're doing.
Which is good because that particular brand, Crypto.com, even though it's just for them that they're advertising for, but crypto, like that's a trigger word. Like you can go deep into the rabbit hole with just crypto. Okay, type in crypto, you're going to go into a lot of things. So that's good. Like they're in a very good position to do that. They have a lot of money to do that. So that's great. Anyways.
They realized, though, they saw the writing on the wall. Get in deep with as many things, or you think you get your name out there as you can, even if it means partnering with the actual. Like it's kind of cool. You can see it at the top of the article. They actually have the Nike swoosh on one side and the Crypto.com on the other side of the Philadelphia's jersey. It's very smart, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Let's get on to the next one. Yep. Next one being is written by Liam Frost. Dex Aggregator 1-inch adds support for Ethereum's scaling solution, Arbitrum. Decentralized crypto exchange Dex Aggregator 1-inch has officially announced support for Ethereum's scaling solution, Arbitrum, adding to an announcement shared with Decrypt today. Arbitrum's advantages are definitely set to be attractive for 1-inch users, as they are getting more diversity when it comes to cheaper transactions and withdrawal options, said Anton Bukov, co-founder of 1-inch Network, in a prepared statement. Arbitrum uses a technology called Rollup, a second-layer scaling solution operating on top of the Ethereum blockchain by essentially batching multiple transactions together while they are being processed. Rollups help take some of the load off the mainnet, allowing for lower transaction fees, and higher speeds. This feature would be especially beneficial to 1-inch users since the platform's modus operandi is to offer its customers the best possible crypto trading opportunities across dozens of dexes. 1-inch does this by searching for the lowest prices and rerouting its customer trades between different exchanges. Beautiful. That's great. Love it.
Really smart idea.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Rollup originally was originally created for Bitcoin. I don't know if they ever came out with that on Bitcoin, but it was originally designed for Bitcoin.
The idea is pretty smart. I mean, we already know, 14 transactions per second on Ethereum? It doesn't sound terribly slow when you're dealing with very few transactions, but as many things, particularly with the NFTs on, and then also other types of coins, man, there's so many things that sit on Ethereum's back. You really do need to make sure that you can do it quickly, and that roll-up concept is brilliant. And I mean, they're obviously rolling up things they know, not just rolling up anything, but it's a good idea to help. It's kind of like lightning sitting on the top of Bitcoin.
And that's easily reflected now at ETH gas station. Let's see if it's down. Wow, they updated that. Cool, look at that. Real-time gas. It used to be at 100% like all the time. With this new roll-up feature, you can see how it's drastically helped out a lot. Look at that.
Definitely has.
All right. Take the next one.
Moving on to Dfinity to launch Bitcoin smart contract on the internet computer. That's a coin, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Dfinity Foundation, which is behind, or let me say who this is written by, Adriana Hamacher, is the author. The Dfinity Foundation, which is behind the internet computer blockchain, which is actually doing quite well as I last looked, announced on Tuesday that it will be integrating with Bitcoin, opening up the cryptocurrency to smart contracts. Yay, Bitcoin! Woo! The decentralized finance applications on its network by the end of the year. The internet computer smart contracts will gain access to Bitcoin liquidity, and Bitcoin will gain powerful new smart contract functionality without the need for insecure and cumbersome trusted bridging services, said Dfinity founder Dominic Williams in a statement accompanying the announcement. A DeFi ecosystem for Bitcoin is a major industry initiative. It would mean the world's most popular cryptocurrency and most valuable, could be used for lending, yield farming, derivatives, liquidity pools, and more, just like the current industry leader Ethereum. The internet computer is designed to act as an alternative to the cloud-based infrastructure of today's World Wide Web, when it was launched in May, having been in development since 2016. Its ambitious aim is to transform the internet, surprise, surprise, into a giant global computer that will take on the $370 billion cloud computing market by enabling secure, decentralized versions of popular applications such as LinkedIn, TikTok, and WhatsApp. I really don't think it'll do that great for TikTok, but we shall see, won't we? My experience in TikTok is probably not. Shouldn't be I'm not going to talk about that. Never mind. Moving on. Key to this goal is smart contracts and interoperability with the wider web, as well as blockchain networks, which will enable different pieces of software to talk to each other seamlessly. To achieve this, the internet computer is powered by novel chain key cryptography, which allows to sign transactions for other blockchains such as Bitcoin.
Wow.
Since its launch just 4 months ago, Dfinity claims that the internet computer has processed more than 200 million blocks, far more than any other blockchain.
Wow.
Dfinity is not the only project working to integrate Bitcoin. Bridging technologies are the most popular method of doing this up till now. DeFi project Portal is also looking to build out a DeFi ecosystem for Bitcoin. On Tuesday, it announced an $8.5 million raise with Coinbase Ventures and Arlington XRP Capital participating in the funding round. We're excited to see Portal's Bitcoin native approach to multi-chain transfers go live and provide an alternative bridging mechanism to the growing number of active on-chain users, Michael Arrington, founder of Arrington XRP and TechCrunch, stated. In November, Bitcoin is due for its first big upgrade in several years, dubbed the Taproot. We've talked about that before. The changes will make it easier for smart contracts to be created on the protocol. Bitcoin fan Jack Dorsey, we remember him from Twitter, is keen to take advantage of this. In July, he announced that Square, his other company, is working on a DeFi platform to integrate Bitcoin, dubbed TBD. To be determined?
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, it's exciting to see internet computer, and I wanted to point it out, although I'm not looking at it right at this very moment. Let me pull up CoinGecko. I don't know if you can hop back over there, but internet computer is doing well. There's 22nd place. Current value of $50.46.
Oh, shoot.
It's down 18%, in the last 7 days, but its $8.2 billion market cap it has been rising quickly. I don't go back further, like a month or two, and actually look at the chart. I'm not going to, we don't have to show it, but internet computer has been moving up the charts, and the fact that it's in the top 30 or in the top 25 is a good sign, because it's been quickly gaining ground. I think it passed one of my coins, Tron, not that long ago. So.
ICP, Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, exactly how I was thinking.
All right, let's do the next one.
Decentralized exchange on Solana, right?
All right, Solana. All right, let's check it out. Written by Andrew Esmakov. Decentralized exchange on Solana raises $18 million in Series A funding. Orca, a decentralized crypto exchange DEX built on the Solana blockchain, has today announced $18 million in fresh funding led by Polychain, Placeholder, and 3 Arrows Capital. Other participants in the Series A round include Jump Capital, Sino Global Capital, Collab Plus Currency, D-Finance Capital, Z Prime, Coinbase Ventures, Solana Capital, as well as several angel investors. Described by Kyle Davis, co-founder of 3 Arrows Capital, as, quote, a critical addition to the Solana ecosystem. Orca was launched in February this year as a fully bootstrapped project with a 2-member team offering instant and nearly free token swaps. The protocol has surpassed $231 million in total value locked since the launch of its governance token in August. Orca has recorded over $36 million in trading volume over the past 24 hours, making it the market's 23rd largest DEX according to CoinGecko. Currently, the team has 8 contributors with professional backgrounds at Google, Amazon, and Coursera, among other companies and startups. With the new injection of funds, Orca is setting its sights on continuing with the development of what is called the most capital-efficient and user-friendly automated market maker, AMM, in the Solana ecosystem. Naturally, it remains to be seen whether the exchange will live up to this promise. Yes, that's what we're waiting for, man. I think Solana's doing great. I mean, I'm not a Solana bag holder, but they are doing amazing things from what it looks like, and it just keeps going up and up and up.
I would not be surprised if Solana starts competing with Cardano, honestly, as for total market cap, based on its performance so far. It's just been shooting up. So
really,
cocaine references intended. So another one from Andrew Hayward. NBA Top Shot maker Dapper Labs reveals La Liga. I hope that's correct. La Liga NFT as it hits $7.6 billion valuation. Dapper Labs helped lead the charge of NFT collectibles into the mainstream consciousness earlier this year with a rise of NBA Top Shot, and now the firm has announced plans to launch another sports-centric NFT marketplace based on, so I need to breathe, one of the world's leading soccer leagues. Today, Dapper revealed a collaboration with La Liga, that makes sense, the top-level Spanish soccer division, and all of its teams, including Real Madrid, FC Barcelona, Atletico de Madrid. I'm not going to pretend that I speak Spanish. I'm sorry, and more. Like NBA Top Shot Marketplace will live on in Dapper's own bespoke flow blockchain, with plans to launch the project in summer of 2022. Additionally, Dapper Labs has announced a new $250 million funding round led by investment firm Couture, with participation from existing investors Andreessen Horowitz via A16Z, GV, formerly known as Google Ventures, and Version 1 Ventures, as well as new investors Bond and GIC. The latest funding round valued Dapper Labs at $7.6 billion.
Wow.
It's really, really getting up there. That is very impressive.
Yeah.
It's like Uber.
I love Dapper Labs.
A source close to the company told Decrypt Dapper previously, that was something that they said. There's a period there. Dapper previously raised $305 million in March at a reported valuation of $2.6 billion, with investors such as retired NBA star Michael Jordan. Yeah, well, we all know who he is, and current pro Kevin Durant. Did I say that name wrong? It's Durant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Participating in that round. The new La Liga project will be functionally similar to the NBA Top Shot in its core, focusing on NFT movements or licensed video highlights of top plays. And NFT acts like, I need to read that. Everyone knows what NFT is. Anywho, basically they're just saying La Liga is going to act like this. And honestly, in my opinion, if it would make another injection here, I can definitely see La Liga doing very, very well. Obviously, football, otherwise known, not American football, but regular football, we call it soccer, is the biggest sport in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see this beating out NBA, even though NBA is super popular, not just in the United States. It's super popular in Europe. I know that for a fact.
And La Liga being one of the biggest divisions in soccer.
Yeah, so they were smart to move that direction.
I'm curious.
Article,
that's fine. I'm curious how much they're paying for these licenses, because Dapper Labs, I'm sure they're paying millions and millions of dollars in these license fees, right? They got it. La Liga's not just going to just cough up these moments. You know, NBA Top.
They know they're going to make more money on it because they already know how well NBA Top Shots have done. I mean, just Board Ape Yacht Club, which has nothing to do with sports, is doing exceptionally well. So
Yeah.
The NFT craze is just getting started, even though it's already had some incredible,
Crazy,
announcements.
man. Crazy.
Oh,
Next news written by
talk about
Jeff John Roberts. Robinhood says Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin transfers coming in October. What? Finally. Robinhood revealed on Wednesday that customers will finally be able to move Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and other currencies off its app starting next month, a feature many users had long awaited. Robinhood crypto COO Christine Brown told Gcrypt editor-in-chief Daniel Roberts out on stage at the Mainnet conference in New York that those who sign up for the waitlist will start receiving access in October, while every user will get access to the feature by early 2022. The announcement comes after months of speculation about Robinhood's big picture plans for crypto, which has rapidly become one of the company's biggest source of growth and has made it a major rival of Coinbase.
yes, I've already joined the list.
Did you really?
I'm 500. I'm 500,000. I've been in Robinhood since it started. It was actually
Yeah.
a paid of Robinhood. That's the reason I'm still on the platform. But I don't really have a lot of money there. It was interesting to me because it's like I know so many people who actually have Dogecoin through Robinhood. It's where all these people were asking me for the longest time, "Hey, what should I buy this?" I'm like, "Don't buy Doge," and they bought Doge. I'm like,
Mm.
but now they can move it out. You don't have to just leave it on Robinhood
Yeah.
anymore. You can't just. I mean, I would like to see other platforms that are doing that. Like I believe my
Pay,
bank, I use
PayPal.
SoFi. Yeah, I know I actually use SoFi,
Mm-hmm.
and SoFi allows you to buy. But I mean, most banks allow you to buy crypto now. I mean, well, internal app-based banks allow you to do it because I don't remember the name of the company that was doing that Robinhood was supported under, but that same company is supporting all these other, um, investment firms like Fidelity,
Mm-hmm.
or SoFi like I'm using. But that's how they get their access. It's that company that I cannot think of their name that's supporting Robinhood. That's also supporting these other companies. So
Mm.
it allows people, but you're still only allowed to stay in the platform. And I think now that Robinhood's moving toward allowing people to actually have their own wallets and move them in and out. Now, granted, that wallet functionality, I'd be curious to see the numbers from Robinhood that say how many people are signing up. Now, I already know because it's about 500,000, but I know they have way more users than that.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah.
going to be plenty of people who are just like, no, I'm happy with staying within the platform. I'll just stay here. And then other people are like, finally, I can move in and out.
Right. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Forgot. Yeah. Scratch that.
It's not important.
Yeah. I guess not. I guess PayPal's next. I guess.
Yeah. So
I'm sure they're watching how it's going to reflect on Robinhood. Well, that's what I was going to say. I want to know what the fees are. Okay, if the fees are comparable or even more affordable than let me see. I don't want to say Coinbase. I don't want to say Genesis. I guess Celsius. Celsius to me has the most affordable fees out there when it comes to purchasing crypto. Very affordable. Now, if they can do a comparison, if they can do a what's the word, price match, if they can price match on fees for with Celsius, then okay, awesome. I would definitely want to use Robinhood
they're
too.
not going to. They're not
But
going to. It'll be the same as Coinbase or something similar,
yeah,
just
so
because they need to make sure.
yeah, and if that's the case, then okay, then I'll scratch that. That's why I like Celsius, man. They're so affordable to get out and to buy crypto with.
It's because of their lending platform that they are affordable. They're supplementing that cost. The thing that of Robinhood and Coinbase in particular is they allow you to transfer. Honestly, for ease of use, Coinbase is the best, especially for new players. People who are just getting into crypto.
Well,
Coinbase is a great place to go, in my opinion. But the fees are really high, and so
but
if you're trying to
but
transfer between one coin and another, they're charging you for it.
but the thing
That's their
is,
business.
Celsius is just as easy now. It is.
Now, yes, I'm just saying that for the early days, and
Mm-hmm.
Celsius doesn't support nearly as many coins as Coinbase
That's
does.
true.
So if you want to transfer between two, no, I wouldn't even say rare coins because Coinbase might have 100 coins or so, but I don't remember exactly the number. But there's a lot of options there, and crypto does too. Crypto.com, Nexo is another one you can
Mm-hmm.
transfer between back and forth between, but there's still a fee because they're in the business of making money. They're not here to be your friend.
Right.
So the advantage, of course, trading back and forth in Doge when you're not using your own wallet is fairly inexpensive on Robinhood. So I can see why a lot of people go like, oh, I get $100, I can get $99 worth of Doge out of that, and now it's worth $5. Great. No. We're making fun of Doge because it's not an investment strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, moving on. From who's that? Liam Frost here with the Bitcoin mining firm Genesis Digital Assets raises $500 million, $431 million, boost its aggressive expansion. This
Wow.
does not surprise me
It's a
at
lot of
all.
money, man.
American Bitcoin mining firm Genesis Digital Assets has continued its rapid expansion by closing a $431 million funding round led by crypto investment company Paradigm Genesis announced
Dude, that's a
today.
lot of money.
Whew,
I'm guessing my
that's
good
good
seed miner's not going to be
good
able to
cash.
compare to this, man.
Right. No, I'm small potatoes. Um, yes. I don't even really compare myself to them because they are the biggest thing on the planet besides what China was previously doing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to read the tweet. I'm going to move on here. Other participants in the round included New York Digital Investment Group, crypto exchange FTX, venture companies like Ribbit Capital and Electric Capital, and British investment management from Kingsway Capital. This is not Kingsway's first investment into Genesis. In July, the company led another $125 million funding round to support the mining firm's aggressive expansion plans. They are buying up old
So,
warehouses all over the U.S.
what do they get out of it? Are they getting like shares, or what do they do when they're investing this type of money? Are they
It's
getting
so
like a
hard to know exactly.
percentage? Okay, but
It's There's got to be some deal that's really lucrative, else they wouldn't be putting so much money up.
okay.
But most likely, whoever's doing the marketing is selling it really hard,
Hmm.
um, per the quote aggressive expansion plans. Um, Bitcoin is going to be the most important technology for financial inclusion of the global poor and unbanked, and mining provides security. I completely agree with that, to make this all possible. The Genesis team has been building highly profitable, large-scale Bitcoin mining farms for nearly 8 years, and the industry has only been around for 12, Kingsway Capital CEO Manuel Stotz noted at the time. The latest funding, I don't really care about that part. Let's get on to anything else in this. Ultimately, the company plans to dramatically increase its mining capacity and reach 1.4 gigawatts. I need to say
Dude,
it
that's
out
a
loud
lot
here.
of money. A lot of
1.4
energy.
gigawatts by the end of 2023.
It's a lot of energy.
He cracked his voice. He goes, in 1.4 gigawatts.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
All right, next news.
basically a lightning bolt.
Yeah. Written by Tim Huckey. OCC chief calls crypto DeFi fool's gold.
Yeah, it sounds like Warren Buffett to me.
As crypto markets take a thorough beating this week, acting chief of the U.S. Office of Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, Michael Hsu, warned investors that cryptocurrencies may be fool's gold. In a speech delivered to the Blockchain Association, Hsu outlined his beliefs that today's nascent crypto industry has reminded him of the financial climate before the global recession in 2008. Quote, I have seen one fool's gold rush from up close in the lead up to the 2008 financial crisis, he said. It feels like we may be on the cusp of another cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. DeFi is a sector of the cryptocurrency that replicates many popular traditional finance services like lending and borrowing without the need for centralized brokers. At press time, the sector boasts more than $160 billion in total value locked, according to analytics platform DeFi Llama. Hsu had a front row seat during the 2008 crisis, working as an economist for the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission at the time. During his speech on Tuesday, Hsu compared the optimistic and often deeply academic climate around innovative credit derivatives back then with the overall intellectual climate and promises of crypto today. Credit derivatives relied heavily on math and financial engineering. The intellectual challenges and the money attracted the brightest minds from finance to physics. They believed that they were leading a financial revolution, creating an entire new asset class using an entirely different set of models, he said. Hsu also took aim at DeFi sectors for promising returns without outlining clear answers as how those returns are generated. Quote, a wide range of DeFi platforms offer staking, yield farming, or liquidity mining. All of these markets are as passive investing plays, he said. No active buying or selling is necessary. How are the returns generated? Question mark. It is hard to get straight answers that don't quickly devolve into crypto speak. That's true. That is true, man. But yeah, I don't know.
I definitely would say that some of the DeFi in the early days was due to just massive amount of investment coming in. I definitely saw that with the high interest yield ratings on Cake on PancakeSwap. That's probably also true to some degree on Uniswap. Um, but it's illegal, right? You can't do a Ponzi. Well, you can do a Ponzi scheme until you get caught, but doing a Ponzi scheme will get you in freaking serious trouble. Not just personally because you can't ultimately cover everything,
Yeah.
but with the SEC. So
Don't be a chef, Nomi.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's not like it can't be done. It's just that
BitConnect.
you don't want to do it because you'll just screw yourself. Yeah, take a hint from Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. Last month, SEC Chief Gary Gensler told the Wall Street Journal that he is in favor of regulating DeFi. A couple of weeks later, he delivered a speech to the European Parliament calling crypto highly speculative.
Speculative.
This dude is just he says one thing. No, he just no. I don't trust the guy anymore, man. You know,
Yeah.
it just I don't see it ever happening.
I think
He's got to go.
the 180 degree, like I said, the complete flip around that he did, makes me think that he got some insight,
He's
something or other from the government, and they
he's
like,
a
you need to do this.
he's a puppet.
Yeah, you need to
He's
do this, or else we won't back you, or something bad.
he's
I don't know
puppeteering.
exactly
Yeah,
put it.
that's
So
it's
it's not
unfortunate, man.
necessarily a good thing. It probably gotten his. He probably have his nuts in a vice. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, I'm
Yeah.
going to move on to something a little more interesting from Tom Brady. Scott Cipollina wrote this one. Tom Brady open to earn part of salary in Bitcoin,
Ooh,
Ethereum, or
nice.
Solana.
I can't wait till
Can't
my
wait either.
job does that.
He's so popular, anyways. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if people start paying. I mean, there are already other companies out there. I couldn't name them, but I know there are companies that pay entirely in coin. Tom Brady, the 7-time Super Bowl winner, kind of reminds me of Michael Phelps for football. Or is Michael Phelps Tom Brady for swimming? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Tom Brady would prefer the other way around. Quarterback for Tampa Bay Buccaneers has said he would be interested in receiving some of his salary in cryptocurrency. I'd love to request that to get paid in some crypto, and to get paid in some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana token. He's really quite
He
brilliant on
actually
this.
said
Brady
Solana.
said on, pardon?
He actually said Solana. That's crazy.
Yeah. Brady said on Sirius XM podcast earlier this week. I don't think it's an amazing thing that's happening in the world. No, pardon me. I think it's an amazing thing happening in the world with the way that the world is becoming more digital. And these digital currencies, along with a lot of, well, if you look at how the way the world is going with all these different digital mediums and how they're impacting currencies. Brady added, that sounds like a very generic, I don't really know what I'm saying statement, but maybe someone's encouraging him to do this. This is not the first time Brady has forayed into the cryptocurrency industry. In June, he and his wife, Giselle Bunchen, took an equity stake in FTX, a crypto exchange led by Sam Bankman-Fried. It's an incredibly interesting time in the crypto world, and Sam and the revolutionary FTX team, yeah, okay, somebody convinced him
Yeah.
to
Okay.
continue to open my eyes to endless possibilities.
Let me cut you off right there. So Tom Brady, you got to think about this. That he himself is the business. He is the business. He has managers. He has assistant managers. He has a whole team behind him. There's a lot of advisors telling him what to say, what to do, where to go, and how to conduct themselves. He is the business. So this is one of those things that, hey, we need to get you on the front page. How are we gonna do this? What's highlighting right now? Crypto. All right, Tom, you got to go out there and talk about something that you know about it. I'm surprised they pulled out Solana out of there. I mean, considering that it's something new coming up, I would think something a little more mature, like what? Um, uh, no, not even Cardano, because Cardano's still in the works. I mean, Cardano just updated, dude. They just barely opened up their network. Something like Litecoin. Litecoin's been around for a while. I mean, even, and I'm not saying I'm trying to shill it or anything, but XRP, it's been around for a while too. But so when he's saying Solana, it's like,
XRP's in hot water with the SEC. They're not going to touch it.
oh yeah, I guess you're right. Anyways, I read that right there in January.
Okay, in January this year, Bankman-Fried offered a trader who was bearish on Solana to buy out all of his Solana tokens at the price of $3 per token. The trader did not take Bankman-Fried up on his offer, but the FTX CEO remains bullish on the Solana project. I kind of feel like it's not just Tom Brady, getting into this thing. It's not that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana really need a spokesperson, but tying himself and them to it, and of course mentioning FTX all the time, this the exchange. It's people who aren't really into crypto. People who are a fan of Tom Brady for what he's done, all the Patriots and the Buccaneers. A lot more football fans are still following him, and wherever he goes and whatever he does, they'll do. Yeah. So they know that they're going to be able to kind of shill him into all of his fans to get into these things, and particularly through FTX. So he's like, Tom Brady will be the face on FTX exchange, and when people go to there's Tom Brady, he's familiar and I like him a lot, so I'll use FTX as my exchange.
So it wouldn't surprise me if there was a contract signed by FTX and the Brady management team, and then just have Tom come out as the spokesperson, not know anything about it. But you're right, that makes sense. So it's one of those things. These are like one of those shilling things. You got to be careful with these things. You got to get into it for the right reasons, not because some dude that you really like says it. Read Satoshi's white paper. And that's going to be the thing I'm going to say over and over again. Read Satoshi's white paper, understand what crypto is, and then get into it if you truly believe in it. And even if you don't believe in it, put a little money into crypto, because in the long run, you're going to be more successful. Do not have weak hands. Do not have paper hands. HODL strong, diamond hands.
I was just thinking about this. We talked about this before, about the idea of doing like a CD program or a certificate of deposit on crypto. But I think, as crazy as it might be, a 10-year CD on Bitcoin might not be a bad idea. You put in $100 on Bitcoin right now, and then in 3021, 2031.
Yeah, wait, what?
So 3,000 years from now. Sorry, 2031. You take it out. I mean, if the Winklevoss twins are to be believed, that the value of Bitcoin will overtake the value of gold. It means that sometime, I don't know when, but sometime the value of Bitcoin will reach $2 million per coin. And that's what they're betting on. It's the reason they have so much Bitcoin. But its current price at about 40 grand, that's a big change in value. Let's say it happened in 10 years. I'm going to speculate on this right now and say that's going to happen. Like I said, this is just speculation. No one's guaranteeing this is going to happen. But if we divide 2 million by 40,000, it's a 50x, right? So if you put $100 in a CD, expecting a minimal amount of interest, let's say 2%, by the time it comes out, or just an investment you're locking in, times a 50, that's $5,000. So the point is, put money in coin, and then hold forever. If you need that money, you can take it out, but plan on not needing it.
Except Dogecoin.
I know. I mentioned. I didn't even go there. No. Dogecoin is not an investment strategy.
Yeah, I would say you might want to stay away from stablecoins if you're trying to actually make a good return on your profits, because there's not really much out there to stake your stablecoins. You might get maybe a 5% return on Celsius. Well, actually, 8%. Correction, 8%.
Bit does 15% right now.
15%. So yeah, that's pretty high, man. That's actually really good.
I know. It's variable though. It's not permanent. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Next news written by. Is this one mine? I'll take it. Stephen Graves. Lockdown Thriller movie to be released as limited edition hybrid NFTs. Yes. Okay. Let's read this. Billed as the first NFT feature film in Asia, Lockdown will be released as a series of 5 NFTs in October by producers Phoenix Waters Productions and AMM Global alongside hybrid NFT company Marvion Media. NFT tickets will also be made available for Lockdown's Hong Kong and UK premieres per a press release issued by Marvion Media. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, as cryptocurrencies, unique assets as the act of proof of ownership and association with content such as artwork, music, and in this case, film. The
Slow down.
The film in question's lockdown was shot around the world during the 2020 pandemic and focuses on actors played by Kevin Leslie, whose audition goes off the rails when the casting director of The Walking Dead's Xander Berkeley forces him to pass a series of tests, threatening to kill his associates if he fails. Lockdown, there it is. I like this, man. Okay, so what blockchain is it going to use? Let's check here. That's what I want to know. Hybrid NFTs, or HNFTs, are designed to address the thorny question of intellectual property rights associated with NFTs, so explained. Okay. Many NFT investors we have engaged with are unaware that the NFT owner, they do not own the underlying IP associated with the artwork within the NFT smart contract, so said in a press release issued by Marvion Media. The IP actually continues to reside with the artist. What this means is that the NFT owners have no right to take legal action against IP infringements. As well as digital content, the company's HNFT contains sales and purchase agreements, evidence of ownership of IP, transfer deeds, and ownership title information. Explain that to me. I totally lost myself in there.
I think the point what we had previously said about this, but it is a good point to be made, is that if you don't tie everything to the blockchain, you don't get to keep everything. At the same time, one of the things they're saying with this is that it's a hybrid NFT, HNFT, right, are designed to address the thorny question of intellectual property rights. So one of the things that we talked about with Mike, our third member of this company and host, is that if you tie a piece of artwork, like a movie or a song, onto something like IPFS, Interplanetary File System, the original property owner doesn't have any rights to it, right? So they're trying to make it so it's legit. They're trying to say, well, now you can keep that intellectual property, right? And you can manage the intellectual property instead of having it just go all haywire and not be able to do anything once it's on the blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the point they're trying to get at here is the hybrid NFT concept.
So it would not surprise me is that when this comes out, and there's already some markets that do this. I think OpenSea is one of them, where once you list something, if you minted a token, or sorry, an NFT, and you place it on OpenSea, then you can forever, as the original owner of it, continuously earn 10% off of every single trade.
For every resale. Yep.
Resale. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to encrypt this NFT, so basically it's not open to the public on the blockchain. It's only available to the person that purchases that. And yeah.
You can see it, but it'll be encrypted, so you won't be able to see it in its entirety. You can see that there's something there, but you won't be able to
right.
View it, and that makes sense.
I'm okay with it. I have no problem with that. I'm happy that they're moving towards this way, because buy my book. That's all I got to say.
Yep. Buy his book. I will promote that.
Yeah.
John's book.
It's on Just NFTs. You can check that out at justnfts.com. It's available for $1, including tax.
Yep. Good book. Check it out. Anyways,
continue
on with the final article of the day by Andrew Asmakov. That's correct. Galaxy Digital, which we've talked about before, Invesco filed joint physical Bitcoin ETF proposal. We've been talking about this for a lot. Now, obviously, some of these articles come out in a different order than we're reading them. In any case, asset managers Galaxy Digital and Invesco have teamed up to submit a joint application for Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund ETF backed by the actual underlying asset. A Bitcoin ETF is a publicly traded investment vehicle designed to track the value of the leading cryptocurrency with shares in the fund, if one is ever approved, trading on the traditional stock exchange. In essence, Bitcoin ETFs would give investors exposure to Bitcoin without the hassle of purchasing or storing the actual asset. According to SEC filing from Tuesday, the Invesco Galaxy Bitcoin ETF will custody physical Bitcoin, while physical, right? While tracking the performance of the Bloomberg Galaxy Bitcoin Index (BGBI). The new fund is yet to announce the exchange its shares would trade on if approved, nor have they revealed the ticker symbol. I think I just said, but anyways, or the custody company. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has repeatedly denied and postponed decisions on a physical Bitcoin ETF, raising concerns over the cryptocurrency's volatility and risk of market manipulation. That they're wrong. It's not. I mean, yes, Gary Gensler himself kind of manipulated the market on his own by announcing the crap that he was announcing. But I mean, if they're worried about it, there's the whole market itself fell down when Bitcoin fell down. So it's not just that. Bad announcements always manipulate the market because of fear, unrest, and doubt.
Yep.
FUD. During a live stream, and we talked about this earlier, he basically announced it, and that's what I just said.
Yep.
So meanwhile, Bloomberg intelligence analyst James Seyffert published an updated list of U.S. crypto ETF filings, which starts. Pardon?
Go ahead. I'm going to open this up.
It starts with the Winklevoss Bitcoin Trust application, first lodged in 2013, because these guys were on board early on, as I spoke before. Ultimately rejected by SEC in 2018. That's a long time to wait. Currently, there are over a dozen applications awaiting the SEC's approval, all filed on the 1933 Securities Act, which was probably before the father of modern economics was even born. Milton, what's his name? Can I not remember it? I've mentioned it so many times. There are also 9 pending applications for ETFs tied to Bitcoin futures contracts. The latter style of application has risen in popularity in recent weeks following Gensler's remarks, and the SEC could be more inclined to approve a Bitcoin futures ETF rather than a fund backed by physical assets. Both Invesco and Galaxy Digital were among the first to apply for this type of fund last month. The latest addition to the list came on Tuesday after another company. I'm not going to go into it. The point is, it might be getting closer, but based on their record, it could be 5 years out.
So that's a lot of companies, man. I'm looking at the list right now. There's a lot of companies waiting, and there's a bunch of purple here. It says waiting approval. Some of them are coming up. Actually, a big batch of them are coming up next month. So that's interesting.
So as Red says in Shawshank Redemption, I'm up for denial, or up for rejection. I'm up for rejection next month.
All right.
That's. I'll remind everybody before we exit this. I think we've already done our probably our 10 satoshis. We have a lot of.
Let's just check really quick.
About news articles today.
Let's just check see what else there is before we leave everybody for a few days here. Let's see. Bitcoin slides 6%. Now we know that. Snoop Dogg reveals himself as Ethereum NFT whales with $17 million collection. Awesome. Snoop doing it. Ethereum startup OpenLaw rebrands, aims to be a DAO incubator. Okay, awesome. AMC CEO is now considering adding Dogecoin payments. Okay, well, I bet you they got a lot of backlash. I bet you they did, because remember that they weren't considering Dogecoin just a few days ago, and all of a sudden, now they're going to consider it. QAnon mastermind is selling. Go ahead.
Put your feelers out there, and when you finally find out what the public wants, and you act on it. So.
Yeah, QAnon master. Well, it's just they're just making.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're just going to make more money. That's fine, man. I mean, yeah. QAnon mastermind is selling Ethereum NFTs to fund secret project. Wah wah wah. OpenSea CEO executives NFT trades were misframed as insider trading. Misframed, huh?
We already taught that. We already talked about this. This was a previous article.
That was from yesterday.
We talked about the article of him being called out.
Right.
And they're basically saying, no, we didn't do anything wrong. We were misframed. BS, dude. BS.
Yeah. Gary Gensler, cryptocurrencies are a highly speculative asset class. Again, U.S. sanctions Russian Bitcoin exchange over $160 million in ransomware transactions. Ooh. Damn, Russians got it, huh? Overly stringent crypto regulations preclude banks from crypto finance trade group. Coinbase joins $8.5 million raise in crypto projects bringing DeFi to Bitcoin. All right, Cryptonauts, we are done. Do we have any closing statements?
I should just mention that if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably already have liked and subscribed to this particular video. But if you haven't, do us the service of pleasing the algorithm and and subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to know when our next one. But we are almost always on Wednesdays and Sundays. And then if you want to come join Discord, check out the Crypto Chill and Chat, and we will see you there.
All
That's all I gotta
right.
say.
Perfect. Thanks, Jake. With that said, Cryptonauts, until next time, stack sats and HODL.
Bottle.
Adios.